Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we're playing Progressive Capitals on the Arrakeen map. We're playing as a green player out of the second position. And, well, we don't have a ton of great options on this board. The 6 over here, heavily flanked by pink. I anticipate pink capping likely on this 4, maybe on the 3 over here, but more than likely on this 4. The 6 otherwise would actually be a decent spot for a 2-point hold back here, but it's going to take me so long to capture all of this material that I don't inherently think it's worth it. I think a potential for split bonus over here might be better. We're going to go on this 5 back here. This map is going to be very card block heavy to begin with. So being in a spot that is potentially easier, 1-2 point card block, 3 if you count blues cap, which I guess you probably should. So a 1-2 3-point card block back here. I don't love this spot, is not great either. 1-2 point card block over here. Pink does go in this region, which is where I had a feeling even if I capped on the 6, he'd still go here, which just makes the block on myself even easier. He might slam my 6 right away. That's fine. I'm more excited about blue and I'm excited about blue and white's proximity to each other. Blue obviously here in Harkonnen front line. Now the this bonus is actually split through the Harkonnen camp +5, which white likely plays for. Ideally, I'm able to hold this black, and we actually see everybody else's caps except for black and red, and black and red hopefully see that I am not. I'm going to try to get out of here. 9 cap should live, but these players hopefully saw me cap here and did not go on this territory here in barracks. That is my hope. Have the blue player over there pulling this material over. Now, blue did not put anything on his capital here, so maybe this is a split bonus attempt. I'm not sure. My 7 might get whacked. But at least the bonus I wanted to play for is clear. I've got some strawberry lemonade. We're well equipped for Tier List Tuesday here. This is the 3rd map in the Dune map pack. Tier List Tuesday, again, the series on the channel where we take a look at every single map in Risk on the meta settings. Those settings are auto setup, 60-second turn timer, progressive cards, balance splits dice, no rank restrictions, alliances and portals are off, fog and blizzards are on. We play with neutral inactivity behavior in this series to try to keep the games rolling a little bit faster. I've had some games in the past where I did actually keep auto on in the first probably 20 or so Tier List Tuesday videos. One of those went like 2.5 hours. So I don't want a repeat of that. We shrink it down a little bit, keep the games at least a little bit more digestible for everybody so they can get through the playlist if they want and see all of these various maps. Pink is going to hit my 6, most likely. Or lets me step to the side. Looks like he's going to let me step to the side. I don't think I can rescue this material. So he probably ends up just hitting me here, which is like, whatever. My hope is that blue tries to leave with this. White's rolling off something. We should have a chance to take our bonuses. Bonus on the board. Spaceport South is where we're looking for. That's a +2. Deep Arrakeen also a +2. We've got Marketplace and Streets, Atreides flank, Spaceport North, Harkonnen frontline, and Atreides frontline are +3s. Arrakeen Residence a +4, and Harkonnen camp the lone +5 on the board. Blue does not move off of this position. Instead, leaves his cap fairly poorly defended. Debating just blasting through this. If he's not going to move it off, here's what we'll do. I will put everything here. Huh. Are these connected? They are. I'll leave that there. So I moved the 6. I'm not going to blast blue. We moved the 6 off in the hopes this lets him get his 7 out. I don't think anybody has a bonus yet. Red places here. I hope red's not behind me. He hit into this spot, which I do fear red is capped behind me. Because at this point, I've opened up a lot of the board. We, again, don't know where black is capped. We don't know where red is capped. But there are far fewer unknown territories on the board at this point. White attacked into this spot, too. So this was troops. I believe he placed 5 here. He started with 8. So he put 3 up here. I'm interested to see what pink does. Because a group up here might make it so he never gets this position. But a 12 on 7 into a 12 on 4 if you get good enough dices, which is what I think he should do. Or just leave this here. Split the stack, but leave some there. Yeah, that's well played by pink. I like that a lot. Defend your capital. So you got 10 cap, 8 externally here. White only puts 1 here, 4 here. Oh, this is horrible. He's trying to keep this external position as like a trading zone, I think. But to be honest, I don't think that ends up working well for him. Does he come off with the 7? The hope here was that he came off with the 7. Step twice. I want him to step twice. No, he's playing this slowly. He's just grouping everything up. All right. Well, I guess we're taking... Take my bonus now. Problem is, if red is behind me, probably better to discover now that he's off this position. Is it better? It's probably better to discover this now. Yeah. There's no world I'm letting red hold the split bonus there. I'm glad I checked that when I did. He went for a sneaky split bonus. That's a +3 as well. So now if blue tries to break me, I blast through his material, and then we're basically even. So not great dice through there. I had, what, 19? We lost 4 on the 4. We did get only 1 loss on the 3. The whole idea is blue attacks up, and then we hit in and hold this. Red is actually flagged after my maneuver there. Without taking a card, too. So I broke his split bonus. Mind you, he's not in any of these positions. He wasn't there. He had no right to this part of the board. He's either capped next to pink or up in the top of the board. Neither of which is particularly fruitful for him. I do think trying to venture and find red's cap is going to be not a bad idea. Pink may even play for his bonus now. His cap actually looks at all of these spots, which is not a bad idea for him. Pull the 8 in. White's going to be forced to hit my 4 now, which is a little bit unfortunate. He's trying to keep his capital open as possible, which I respect, but I think there's too much material in the top of the board. Actually hits me out of here. Finds blue. Is this him playing for this bonus, or is he aware of a red cat? This is him playing for this bonus. Interesting. I don't know that blue's going to let you hold that. Nor do I think he should. Because blue obviously is known for several turns now that he's neighbors to white. I don't know that white knew the same in inverse there. But if everybody's going to be picking up bonuses, fair enough. I was actually the first person to take one. Comes down to whether or not blue breaks me. If he breaks me and leaves this material over here, my 6 is going to come through and just blast him. Hits the 6 and breaks for it. Like, this is just a potentially provocative play here. Step off. Does he bring all of this back to capital? I don't know that he will. He does. Okay. I'm actually not going to hold in his way here. Black has red's capital. So these may actually end up being cards fed to us. We're going to trade early anyway. But red flagged before black took his capital. So black is almost certainly up here. We let white hold. We get to hold. Pink is now holding the +3 in Atreides front line. Simple take here. I probably would take into me and not white. Don't give white the easy attack. Oh, wait, holding the +3. Oh, no. White actually does not have the Atreides flank +3. I don't think he realized he didn't take the whole bonus. He pathed it incorrectly. If he blasts into here, though, he does get the red elimination, which will trade him early. It's probably good for us. Now, the question is, do I want to lock my capital off and pick up the additional bonus here? White uses the trade-in to continue attacking. 2 troops back to capital. Now, blue won't be getting any sort of bonus here, so his maneuvers aren't super concerning for me. Don't love him holding the 5 on my stack here. I am going to lock my cap up. We're going to take the risk here. I think white is smart enough to punish this. But I don't think this is a bad idea. Just to generate extra early and then play over here. Black sets early. I don't know why these guys are trading early. Black may be a bit overly aggressive. Now, blue, I'm actually almost trapped behind blue and white. My backside is trapped behind all 3 of these players. Blue's actually probably got the best cap because of him and white equally, because of the reach that they have. Right, like pink can't actually get to this top side of the board here. Pink is stuck behind probably black, and then also it's here. Does he keep going? No. Now remember, we're going to trade in here, so whatever blue does to us, he basically dictates my reaction to him. I'm a little bit surprised he hasn't played for the +3 there. 20 troops over here is insane. Like, why provoke like this? Yeah. Congrats, bud. Good work. I was nice enough to step off to the side for you. Bizarre. Rear path or repair bay? Take rear path. I don't think I need to worry about the +3 over there. But, like, that kind of provocation, dude. I get that he didn't know my cap was here. But I was nice enough to move off of this position instead of just straight blasting his 7 that sat here. I'm glad I didn't put more than, what, 4 troops there that he just hit? Yeah. Still lost 2 on it as well. Now he's a little bit playing with house money. I still have cards in other spots if I need them. If he trades in early to hit me, that's kind of what I mean. Pink is not broken. If I'm pink, I think you try to remove white from this upper position. He may hit me instead, which is a little bit unfortunate. I probably could have rolled that material off, because now he's almost like naturally card blocked. White's a card behind everybody, or 2 cards ahead, depending on how you look at it. But this map is interesting. It is, I mentioned the bonuses. I didn't mention the territory counts. It is 39 territories. 39 territories, 2 blizzards. So it's 37 with blizzards included. That is 2 smaller than the classic map when blizzards are considered. Does he hit me? He does hit me. I'm not surprised by that. I gotta be a little bit worried about a block. So this position has to be pretty strong here. Now, I know he doesn't have this bonus, but like, I gotta play ahead of him a little bit. There's no point in defending this, by the way, because if anybody hits here, which I know white's not going to, they open up my capital. So I really need to defend my backside position so that I don't get blocked up top. Black, meanwhile, getting 10. That's double capital on a +3, so Marketplace and Streets has not yet taken Deep Arrakeen. I had a feeling Black would be capped on like East Entrance. I think that's a pretty good spot for him. But Blue's in a weird spot now where we may very well be able to force a card block on him. I will start taking my cards up into White, I think. Well, the bonuses don't matter a ton now that the trade-ins are what they are. They matter a little bit. Interested to see what White does. Comes off this way with a 20, finds me, and almost certainly just reverts back to capital. Still has pathing off the cap through me. We don't want him to hit Imperial Tent. But I'll take my cards up here. I'm fine with that. It's interesting because Blue could have taken Harkonnen front line. He still has not yet done that. It's also possible White taking cards in here, probably blocking in the back there. If this sits here, I'm going to hit it. Yeah, smart. And what Blue's got to remember is we're both on a trade-in at the same time. Black's here with a 21 stack, ready to get offensive. And he's picked up the +3 in the back. So he's doing a similar thing to me where he doesn't want to get blocked. So he's leaving a bunch of troops off cap, which I don't normally recommend, but on a small map like this, sometimes that's what you got to do. He's actually pulling troops forward. Pink is getting 8 still. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pink trickle down this way. Or take this bonus back here if he was able to remove White. Now, White, I don't love White continuing to open whatever Blue has here, because presumably it's another stack. And he'll come break me again, and then the question is, like, what is the point? You are getting the fewest troops total, because you don't have a bonus, and you trade in for the lowest amount each time. So if he does come aggress my 19, he's got to know that I can just hit through it again. He doesn't this time. I trade in. We're going to keep this as a 30 stack. 32. This up here. Yeah, it's mostly as a monitor. I want to monitor whatever this ends up looking like. And it's weird because White is capped here, right, on Imperial Warship. So Blue keeping these troops here is forcing White to take the card in this spot. What Blue would be better off doing is trying to get me to trade back here, and we block White up front. I think Black is going into the back of Pink. So aggressive plays by Black I don't think will end up being fruitful for him. But we're getting, what, 10? I mean, 10's double 5, and then we get 5 more troops than Blue every turn, or every 3 turns because of our trade-in. So 20 troops more than Blue over the course of 3 turns is not nothing. Was Pink ever getting that additional bonus? No. But that might mean White is knocked out of top left. Black needs to be careful with this stack because I am not sure how many troops he has on capital. We may see him only getting 7 here in a moment. Or even 5 if Pink manages to scoop one of those capitals. Now, I do have a trade on 3. Black is flagged. The Black player has flagged. It may be in my best interest to actually get aggressive here. White is going to do the same thing, I think. Through Blue and up through Pink, or up this way? Up this way. 71. Pink has 3 caps. This is a feed. Pink somehow... Yeah, he didn't have enough to eliminate. Oh. White just took a cap up there. See what Blue does, because this is probably well defended. Oh no, hang on. Sorry, the cat got into a spot he's not supposed to. All right, blue is traded early as well. I'm not sure if white is kill guarding this. I've got 29 troops over here. We get an additional 10. I'm going to run it up the gut here, I think. I think pink is probably not. Yeah. I don't have pathing to get the rest of black. He saved that, as he should. Not going to worry about that capital back there. I'm on 4. If I have a trade on 4... He saved it for himself, which was smart. I'm going to let him get this. Which is also smart. Blue is super weak, so I think blue... What did white start with? 5? Yeah, so blue took white's cap here, which is actually very good for me, because if white tries to come eliminate me, like, this is not... White should not be going for me here. He should understand this was not my cap stack. If he sacks me here, he likely loses. And he's in a very card blockable position now, which we should probably take advantage of. But let's see what blue does first, because blue might get himself eliminated. I don't know why your 14 troops are off cap here if you played into that position, but that's your prerogative. Just going to take back once. That's so stupid, dude. I can't express how silly that play is. I need this player to just basically feed himself to me. Start with 19. Does he come hit me? Because I've been chill with white. He split his caps after. Is he beelining for the cap? You should know you aren't going to get this, and I'm definitely not going to let you hold it. I'm going to card block white. I think that was a bad play by him. Because he only got 10, right? The question is, can I card block white and aggress blue? Because he's going to come break me down here, which is... Oh, no. Is he finally playing cautiously? Yeah, he's holding white in here, which is fine, because that also card blocks white. We trade here. Potential for a trade on 3. Wow. Well, that'll go back to capital. I thought it was one further back. Oh, what? How do those touch? All right, well, that's fine. This is all fine. It's all fine. I thought he was one further back, and I didn't think this touched here. Trade on 3? No trade on 3. All right. Blue has this bonus, which I like that I see. That goes back here. I mean, I'm not going to do anything about that. So blue is the most centralized. This guy is a fool. I haven't really done anything to him other than retaliate, so I really don't know what the goal is here. He's going to slam my capital, isn't he? No. Oh, that is so silly. Like, why would I ever take that back? White doesn't have pathing to this. Blue does. Oh, blue does. Well. Excuse me. I mean, white's not going to be able to take here. I now have the trade-in. Blue won't have a trade-in for a while. I mean, white's caps are worse, so I suppose I should try to deal with blue. Unfortunately, yeah, he's going to break me again. I just pulled 21 troops back. I don't think either of these players are particularly good. And we can just set the block further back. He's actively getting himself blocked. It's weird because he kept his cap so open in the early game. With blue not on a set, I can probably... What are you doing? I mean, this is just dingus energy, dude. Finally puts the stinking troops on a capital. I'm not even going to retaliate on either. Like, I'm just going to do this, and then he doesn't get through here. Now he's forced to break off the other side. But there's no point in me trading in. It's better to just force white out into space. Because I'm getting targeted by both of these players. White allows me to reset the block on him. Oh, no, he doesn't. He actually chooses not to hit there. But at this point, I think I'd rather set the block on blue. Unless he goes and opens white up. He's starting to leave me alone. You can hit here. I don't care. Actually, that's not true. I kind of do care. $85. This is my most important capital. If this is still within reach here, which is not, so we just chill. The whole idea is if the big stack was still within reach, I do something about it. White getting 14. Double capital. I mean, come hit me. I don't care. Open my cap here. Thanks. All right. So after white trades, that's when we reset the block. We don't have a set right now, but we don't need the set right now. We've got both of our capitals open. We can block him. You know, it'll be... Well, blue's the loose cannon, right? Blue's the one I'm worried about. Because the question is, how do I block white while still dealing with blue? That's my fear. I take the card I know. That's the first most important part. Take the card you know. I should have an artillery trade right now. We will use that. This guy's such... Like, he thinks I'm not defending the capital. That's my favorite part about this. Is he thinks I'm not defending it, which is just so silly. And if he leaves this here, I'm going to hit it, and it actually helps me. And he chooses not to leave it there. And I'll leave myself the extra cards so I can fortify just to one spot if he does try to get in here. He started with 18. Oh, because he has this bonus up here. And this guy is just such a goof. Literally such a goofball. But I don't need the extra cards here. I mean, if you really desperately wanted to hold that, if that was your goal, that's fine. I really, truly don't need the extra troops there. Yeah, we're going to block. I'm going to block white. Because I'm being, I don't think blatantly teamed on, but I'm definitely being teamed on. All right, let's hope white doesn't have a set. He does not have a set. I anticipate a metric butt ton of troops getting pulled off here, but it at least forces him to miss one card. Yeah, 168 troops. I don't know how to win this 2v1, I'm going to be honest. But if blue wants to trade with me in here, like, great. If this is what it takes, is if he wanted to hold the +5 here, and that's why he whacked my 19, doesn't want me to rebreak. Tremendous. That was incredible dice. Just incredible dice. No trade on 3. But we burned 70 of his troops with only 48 of ours. Unfortunately, I don't think we get lucky enough for blue to trade in early here and hit this. I mean, he kept probably an entire one of his 2 caps worth of troops off of cap. But I don't have a set to do anything to that, so. And if anything, it was probably the front capital. So he probably won't let himself get blocked again. It's 14. Was he getting 13? Yeah, so that extra territory gets him more troops. But if he's foolish enough to open my cap up again, which I don't think he is. Man, if blue hits this dude and took one for the team, that'd be awesome. But blue's working with me now, and that is the biggest thing, right? If he's stronger than me, I still think I might be able to beat him. But he's working with me. The fact that he's working with me is already a plus. Now, his cap is open to me. It's a little bit... I have to keep this defended simply because of that. But white... This is good. White will set in now. And then whatever I have left over... Now, the one downside to this is that if he gets really aggressive and comes and rolls my cap, that'd be bananas. But this is an interesting choice. He's going to run out of cards here, though. It either has to open me up. If blue just slammed him, that would be the best option. The alternative is which of his 2 caps is the one that's more poorly defended? Because he's probably not any stronger than me. He did get the black elimination back then. I don't know how much that... I don't remember how much that set him in for. We got pink right before that. I don't like that blue doesn't... You know, like, does he turn on me here? I think if he turns on me, he gets himself card blocked. I start trading with white. I don't understand the purpose of putting everything here like this. But I can't afford to open blue because I believe blue is the strongest player now simply because of how he's chosen to play this. And I don't see where any of these troops are going. So, to be honest, I think my best bet is just trading with him. I need a bunch up there, though, in case I have a set on 3 and white trades in again. Or white opens me here. Because the question becomes, yeah, he's going to open... He chooses to open me instead of blue, which I think is an interesting choice. But the funny thing is, I can still block him here. I don't have to do anything. I can just let him take these 2 cards. And blue keeps opening me. Or blue keeps my cap open. There's no point turning on... blue has chosen to work with me. Yes, he whacked my 19, but it ended up, you know, he ended up showing good faith by just wanting the +5. Felt for a bit there like they were working together, but really it was just white was actively aggressing me when he probably would have had better luck with blue, and he gave me a reason to card block him. There's a way out of this stalemate. I think it's run 2 more turns here. Let him break me up here. He'll break blue as well. He doesn't. The other thing is he doesn't want to irritate blue. I did have a trade on 3, but I don't. With him on 4, I'm almost certain he has a trade in to combat that. So I'd rather him just break me here or break blue. I think if he breaking blue is a worse choice than breaking me. He actually sets early here, which is kind of perfect. But this might actually be a play to steal one of blue's capitals. If we see him jump to 3 or see him take this, like blue is holding a lot off of capital. No, never mind. Chooses to break me instead on an early trade-in, where I have no intention of giving him additional cards. It's really going to come down to oh, blue sets early too. I mean, blue must see what the threat is, right? Like, I don't see the threat, but the threat's also not open to me. That is a much more reserved quantity put down here. I'm wondering if blue is actually stacking heavy on this capital here, letting white come hit him. This cap is actually technically in slightly more danger, in case white has like a 400 stack here. But yeah, take a card and pass. Not my favorite, but I've got a defense. He is going to refuse to break here. I'm not going to let you have this. I mean, if you're actively refusing to take cards because you don't want to hit blue, that's not my problem. This will quickly level out the game, even though I'm getting fewer troops than him. You know, I get what, 9? I get 9. He gets 18, but does it really matter that much if... You know, my 215 down here I don't actually think is in that much danger. And this capital is my best capital, so... Probably didn't need to 0% that, honestly, but... Take your cards up here, bud. Like, if he has as many troops as I think he does, his best bet probably is rolling one of these capitals and sitting in the middle and leaving his cap open. My fear is that blue takes this spot back. And we keep him blocked. Blue actually trades. Does he go aggro here? Or does he understand that he needs to keep white kill guarded? Or not kill guarded, but blocked. He does not understand it. He left 80 there. About 80. Those troops are just going to get hit. If white still has the giant stack there, those troops are just going to get hit. And he's set early to do that. Oh, I don't love that. Put so much here. Why, this was like 270, 280, right? Somewhere around there. White trades early as well. I think he's going to roll this capital. Or should just sit here. He doesn't roll it, but he trades on it, right? So I don't get to see what's happening here. That's the part I don't like. Blue doesn't give me the additional card over here. That's not good. It's quite bad that blue is now trading with him in here. Because he didn't leave the extra troops there this time. And I have no way to fortify. It's not good. It's not good at all. So if you're wondering what my goal is here, my goal is to inch my way up this way while they keep trading here and eventually blast whatever white is playing with here. Have a trade on 3. I could potentially hit it now. Oh. That was 2 attacks. 100. He actually hit it. Blue's working with me, man. I respect that so much. I actually respect him working with me. So this stack wasn't nearly as big as we thought it was. Blue just now got fortified in front of, so he needs to open me again. I just thought he lost the troops by hitting. I didn't realize he left half his stack here. He fortified so quickly to basically an even split. He'll trade with me over here. This is work. Blue he's proving to be a better player than I thought he was, and that excites me quite a bit, actually. And I won't block him. I'll give him the cards in here. I don't think blocking him is a good idea. I guess the question is how much did white come off with? Because white has cards over here. This is kind of the problem, is he could theoretically fortify in this direction. I probably want to limit it to 1 spot. I'm a little bit surprised he hasn't pulled anything off to come and hit blue. And the problem is I can't reposition my 500 now. I would love to do that, but I don't have the connection. I don't want to have to hit blue. This has turned into an interesting game. This game's playing out better than I thought it would. Win or lose, I think that this has gone pretty well. I think white ended up prioritizing this cap spot up here far more than he should have. I also think blue just didn't want to have to think about where he put all of his troops, and then all of this will... Ooh, he just opened white. Okay, well, that's not great. I'm not going to close my cap pathing off to him. He can take a card on me up here. White did just get opened, which I don't love. 196, that's not a lot. Just goes in and opens right away. Oh, he just took a capital. And fortified to it. And blue is now MIA. He played his last turn too, so this was an instant disconnect. These troops are now sitting next to me. What white doesn't know is that my 310 is open to him. White has flagged. Just like that, white is flagged. We've won the game. That is one of the most anticlimactic endings I've ever had to a Tier List Tuesday game, where one player bots and the other flags. And white would have gotten second if he just stayed. Wow. So he must have nothing back here then, right? I mean, I played it well by working with blue. You got to find who your allies are. The moment blue had the troops here and didn't break, I mean, that was the kicker, right? It's only getting 5 troops. I don't have a trade in. My 300's open, whatever. Let's gun it down Main Street, I guess. So did he not have anything here? He didn't have anything there. So blue must have done pretty hefty damage to him that I just didn't notice, I guess. In case blue comes back, we'll leave like 10 here, but this should set me, and then I can probably cap run off of this, depending on how much white has left over here. 157. Okay, well. Again, in case blue comes back, we'll do this. So he had 198 and rolled this. Blue must have been pretty weak too. Oh no, he pulled troops from the back. That makes more sense. So he might have pulled the 157 from all the way back there. I want to kind of want to win. Like, I want to clean everything now. If these guys are both gone, yeah, blue had none of that junk left. I accidentally had way more troops than both of these guys. And that is a win. White had a joker. I probably would have stayed in that position. I mean, he likely would have perished to me. I probably would have stayed, though. You had a trade on 4 with the joker. But alas, both these guys quit. Not bad players. White was smart to leave all the troops off cap here. Made me rethink my position. It was a pretty good play until, you know, I managed to get blue or blue managed to figure out how he was supposed to play this, continue blocking, etc. Well done by blue. I think blue is probably expert or master. I don't understand his early game antics with me. Intermediate, I thought he played better than that. White was master. I'm not surprised the two of those players were the best in the lobby. Pink a little too aggressive into black. Black a little too aggressive in general. So pink intermediate, not super surprised by that either. Not surprised red was a novice, quit the moment his bonus got broken. But regardless, solid game. Once blue opened this cap over here, I knew I couldn't close it off. This map is way too susceptible to card blocks. Let's take a look at the map in regards to like the image. So I'm trying to think of what the most impactful blizzards would be. I think the biggest ones are going to be this one here or this one here. Either of these two, potentially this one or this one, or the combination of both to make any of these a 1 or 2 point hold. But mostly these two are going to be the most impactful, that make this whole back area, 3 bonus area, a 1 or 2 point hold, which is pretty strong. Anytime you can get it down to that amount, you know, 2 point hold off of these positions. There are combinations that make this a little bit worse, but I don't think it suffers from the same problems as the first 2 Dune maps that we've looked at, where the blizzards are just so soul-crushingly bad sometimes, where they can just make the game not great. This one actually plays out a little bit better. It still falls into that territory of like the card blocks are way too easy when you try to set them. So I think it's probably no more than C tier at most, but it's far and away a better map than both Imperium and Arrakis. I'm looking at the D tier maps. Most of these are unbalanced bonus maps that get super stalemate-y. Conway Castle, super stalemate-y map. Moonstone, too easy to card block. Ebuy gets pretty stalemate-y. Pirates Bay, bonuses are too strong. Overworld, stalemate-y because the bonuses aren't good. I don't think I like it as much as Greece, but it actually reminds me a lot of the way the Greece map plays out. Blackbeard's Wrath is a 1 point hold. I'm talking this one out. I think I think I like it better than Dicey, which is another easy to card block on map that the bonuses are also easy to hold. Very similar to the one that we just played. I think all 3 of these maps are very similar, but Greece being the largest of the 3 is why I'm going to put that there. But I don't think this map is bad. I actually we had a solid game on it. I think the opportunities for decent play are there. Blizzards can sometimes be a little bit too impactful, just like the maps in the bottom end of this tier, such as Dicey Trajectories and Greece. So that's where it's going to land. Next week, we'll be looking at Arrakeen Residence and CH Tower the week after that. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back with more Tier List Tuesday next Tuesday. As always, everybody, I have been Seamoney. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.